So I put the Pukani Rock in this brute container. I've just covered the rocks with 6 gallons of vinegar and maybe 6 or 10 or something of just RO water. And I really don't have to turn the heaters on in the power head at this time because I'm just soaking it in vinegar. But it's crazy how fizzy it's gotten. Well, I guess it's not really crazy, it's just basic science, but can you hear that? Sounds like Rice Krispies. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this for maybe a day, maybe a couple days, I don't know. Just to kind of eat some of the stuff off with the vinegar. If some of it is left on, no biggie, you know, because I'm still gonna cycle it with bacteria and all that kind of stuff. And yikes, I don't know how long, maybe like a month or so. I still haven't ordered my tank. I'm not gonna use acid.
I'm not gonna use acid.
I'm gonna soak this in acid just because I want these rocks really clean. The Pukani Rock I had in a barrel for 24 hours with vinegar. It loosened some of this up. Oh yeah, I broke some of these pieces up. This is easy to break. All you have to do is put a screwdriver in one little hole, hit it with a hammer once, and the whole thing splits in half. So these look not as dark. I used a toothbrush, kind of scrubbed out some of the stuff, but there's still a lot of gunk. There's sponges in these holes. I even found these things, they almost look like little bugs, like a shell of some sort of bug, or I don't know. There was nothing else, but picking those out, I felt like I was in Silence of the Lambs. You know, one school of thought is just to cycle it. It's great, it'll break down, you know, feed the bacteria. So when I cycle my tank, they have something to eat and they multiply. I don't want to not do this. I've heard of other people doing it and they kind of regret it because it takes their tank so long to cycle and they have algae issues, and whether or not that's from not curing this correctly or not, I don't know. So if you've ever done this before, fill these up just a little bit with water, add the acid to the water, not in reverse, and go from there. If you get this, yeah, wear safety goggles when you work with the acid. And when you pour it in, don't stand over the top and pour it in because it'll like steam up right away of just nastiness. Kind of, yeah, you don't want to breathe that stuff in. And you know, you really should wear a respirator and goggles. Did I mention goggles? You don't want acid in your eyes, it's very bad. But on the subject of burns, eye burns, ocular burns, what sort of burn to your eye would you rather have? Acid or alkaline? So acid burns really, I won't say that they're not bad, but I work at a burn center and I've had people working with acid, car batteries blowing up in their faces, getting acid in their eyes, people brewing meth. They actually use muriatic or sulfuric acid in the process, getting that in their eyes. We just irrigate the hell out of their eyes. Ophthalmology sees them, they go home. Alkaline burns to the eyes are horrible. You don't want those. So you should definitely wear goggles if you're working with kalkfasser, if you're working with soda ash, 2-part solution. All right, so here is the next step on how to manufacture meth. I mean, how to bleach bath rock. So you know the water's filled up maybe halfway. I'm just gonna pour a little bit in at a time, not standing over the front. Put my respirator on, my safety goggles on, my gloves are on, and let us go. All right, I'm gonna take my mask off at least. So you know, obviously the stuff is foaming here. This one, we'll see. It'll probably overflow. So I did this before. I was cleaning something else non-reef related on my porch, and some spilled over, and then it really cleans the concrete. And I wish I did that now, then I could put the extra juice and put it on the porch and maybe sweep with a broom just to kind of stain it so it looks a little bit better. And well, now we wait. Oh, that's a wind. Getting a little bit nervous for a second. Yeah, maybe not do it on a windy night. It's not very windy. It's just a little bit of a breeze. I didn't think there was wind in San Antonio. Have you ever been here? You know, there's like no freaking breeze ever. So now we wait. I think it's about midnight or so. Wait about an hour, I guess. I'm gonna pull this out a little bit. I don't want it to overflow and stain the garage door or something. So I'll be careful with that. So I will check back in about an hour. It's been an hour. There's less fizzing, if any at all. I don't know if the alkalinity of the actual rocks kind of neutralize the acid, but I'm gonna dump some baking soda in all this. How long to keep it soaking in here, but we'll see. So here is the rock after the acid bath and after the baking powder was added. The bubbling went down tremendously. The water looks, well, it looks a little bit, I mean, there's no suds. You can actually see the rocks. They look much whiter. Now time to dump this, rinse the rock, and take a look. The rocks have been acid washed. So they look a little cleaner, I will say that. I soaked these for an hour, then I added the baking soda, waited another half hour. There's still some debris, some here and there. I'm good with that. Some of these other pieces here. Yeah, it looks much cleaner, I'll say that. So that's good. Just get some of the major stuff on. Major stuff off, that's what I meant. Here's a funky round rock I was talking about. I kind of smashed it with a hammer a little bit. Give a little bit more something. And I'll carve it up a little bit. I'm not going to pull every one of these rocks out, but, you know, just kind of zooming in. This stuff like freaking crumbles. It's kind of cool how you can see they're like dead. It's very hard, so like maybe some SPS or something like that was on there. This rock does have a lot of character, I'll say that. So I'm going to throw it in this bucket, throw some salt water in, the heater, put the gyro on, maybe 2 J-bows, just a lot of circulation. Let it kind of sit for a day or two. The water starts getting murky, the ammonia starts rising. I'll throw some bottled bacteria in there to do its job. I don't know if that really makes a difference for the most part. Not the bacteria, but if I just fill water in it now and add the bacteria in advance with kind of nothing to sort of eat. Well, I guess it depends on how fast it takes for my ammonia to jump up. And I can't imagine it would be too much of a delay. It's not like I bathe the rocks in an acid bath for, you know, a day or so. I just did it for a little over an hour, you know, maybe hour 15 tops. And it cleaned them decently. Maybe next time I would have gone a little bit longer, but you know, like I'm saying, I want maybe a little bit organic material still on here just to feed the bacteria. I'll throw it in the bucket, start to do its magic with the pumps and the heater and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of wait. So it's been 4 days out since I've done the acid wash. I put the rocks to water, salt water. I have a gyre in there. And I also added one of my J-bows. You can see all this foam basically. It's turned into a big protein skimmer, I guess. My gyre is somewhat broke. It started making a weird noise. I turned it off. And one of the fins is broken. Just a small sponge got in there. That's what sucks about the gyres. Any little debris gets in there and they snap off. So that's kind of a bummer, but it's still kind of working, as you can see. Well, I was at Petco today and I bought a scrub brush. I'm going to pull the rock out and just kind of scrub each one because there's still... I did the acid wash for about an hour. I think maybe an hour and a half. I'm not sure. I'd have to watch one of the other videos. And it cleaned the rock a little bit, but not a whole lot. And you know, like I'd mentioned, I want to sort of get some of the nastiness off the rock. The material that's on there is very soft, I would say, and I could probably scrub it off very easy. But mind you, it's Pukani Rock, and there's big crevices and there's little cracks deep inside the rock where there's gunk in there. So that's what I'm off to do now.